Welcome to the Live Free, Love Life podcast, where we discuss how to create more freedom so we can love our lives no matter what we're going through. Hello, my friends. Welcome to today's episode of the Live Free, Love Life podcast. I am so excited to be with you today. And today we're going to talk about how easy it is in our fast-paced world of doing, how easy it is to get caught up in the endless cycle of tasks, errands, and to-do lists. We often measure our days by what we accomplish, framing our lives around productivity. But what if there is more to life than just doing? One of the keys to a fulfilling life is embracing who we are, what we create, and what we experience. And that's what I want to talk about today, the trap of doing. Many people wake up each day with a list of things that they have to do or they should do. I am guilty of this as well. The first thing on my mind when I wake up is what I need to do today, right? It's just the to-do list. This mindset, though, can limit us, leading us to feelings of pressure and inadequacy. The focus on doing often leads to burnout, stress, anxiety, overwhelm, lack of fulfillment, chronic unworthiness, and missing the moments that actually matter. When we focus too much on doing, we forget that we are human beings, not human doings. We are here to experience life, to create, and to simply be who we are. So instead of asking, what do I have to do today? Let's consider these three alternatives that I promise you are going to change your entire life. It's so fun how I can bring you every week something super, super simple that if you just did that one thing, your life would be so much better. It's true every week, and this week is no exception. Here are the three alternative questions I would like to invite you to consider instead of what do I have to do today? Or even it doesn't have to be have to. Like some of us are really in the drama of have to and should and need to, which we will get to in a minute. But even if you're just thinking of like what needs to be done today, there's not drama about it, but you're still just thinking of tasks, of things to do. And we want to reframe that mindset. That doesn't mean we're going to stop doing things, I promise. So here are the three alternatives. Number one, who do I want to be today? Now, you could do the same things, right? If you woke up in the morning and you said, well, what do I have to do today? And it's this, this, and this. When you ask yourself, who do I want to be today? I'm not telling you to not go do those three things. You still might do those exact same three things. You might not. When you consider this, you might go, oh, I actually don't want to do that thing. The thing you would have done had you not considered it. Often, though, it's the same three things, but your mindset, your focus is going to be entirely different because you will no longer just be doing a task. You will be who you are or the best version of yourself or the person you want to be. It's totally different. It will lead to more growth, more fulfillment, more success, more everything, even if you do those same three things. Okay. So that's number one. Who do I want to be today? Number two, what do I want to create today? We are all creators because we are children of the creator, the one who created us. We are creators. Be a creator. That is who you are. So think about what you want to create today. Now, sometimes this could be something physical. Sometimes it could be a feeling, right? Like, I just want to create peace today, right? That could be the answer. And I'm not going to tell you what the answer is. The answer could be anything. I just want you to feel into what do I want to create today? And just like the first one, you might do the same three tasks or they may change. But if you do the same things, it is going to be a totally different experience because you're not just doing stuff to do stuff. You are creating. Again, that will bring more fulfillment, more satisfaction, more joy, more everything. That's awesome. Even if you're doing the same three things. Okay. And the question number three, what do I want to experience today? We are here on the earth to have experience. That is what human life is. We are here to experience. What do you want to experience? And just like the last one, it could be something physical. It could be that you want to experience what it's like to be in a yoga pose, right? And that there is feeling associated with that. But you could just stop there because you're very connected to that experience. If it's something out of your control, we want to go all the way to the feeling level because that is within your control. So it's really keep taking it one more step until it's within your control. Because really, what do you want to feel? How would you feel if your kids did everything you said today? That's the experience you're wanting to have. And we can still create it because we're creators. So again, here's the three questions. And there's not one of them is not better than the other. One's not like your question, like that's the one you always ask. You could play with them all at different times. They're all really great questions. And they are all better alternatives to what do I have to do today? Because that's just task oriented. It's not focused on this human experience that we're having, that we're all here to have. Okay. So one more time. Who do I want to be today? What do I want to create today? What do I want to experience today? You could also, they don't have to be today. These are obviously the daily questions because we wake up in the morning and we're like, what do I have to do? But you could think of them in bigger terms too, right? If you get my mindful morning journal, which I highly recommend because it's awesome, you're thinking ahead to the life you want to create. And we do it daily and we do it weekly and we do it monthly. It's like thinking about even the other day I was working on I have a list that's 50 experiences I want to have before I'm 50. Right? They're not things to do. It's not a to-do list. They are things I want to experience before I turn 50. And it's a really fun list. So I'm thinking ahead. I'm doing these by decade. So between 40 and 50, here are 50 things that I want to experience before I hit to 50. When I get to 50, I'm going to do a 60 before 60 list. They are experiences I want to have while I'm here on the earth, like living my life, having lived the best life I could possibly imagine. We want to refocus to who we want to be, what we want to create, what we want to experience, not just what we want to do. Even if you have cleared all the drama of have to and should, and it's really what you want to do, take it this step further. So it's not a task, it's an experience, it's a creation. So now let's look at each of these a little bit more specifically. So let's start with who do I want to be today? Focusing on being rather than doing allows us to cultivate qualities and virtues that enhance our character and our relationships and our overall life satisfaction. So consider the values that you want to embody, the qualities you admire, maybe compassion or kindness or resilience. Like, how can you embody those today? We want to think about mindfulness and presence. Being present in each moment helps you connect deeply with yourself and others. You're really being there in the moment, being the person you want to be. And then there's authenticity. We want to embrace who you truly are without the masks or the societal expectations. So here's an example. Instead of thinking of all the things you have to do today, shift your focus to, I want to be kind and understanding. This change in focus can lead to more meaningful interactions and a greater sense of self-worth. It doesn't mean you won't do anything. It just means you will look at what you're doing through a different lens. So if we started the day with, I want to get these three things done, we may still do those three things, but our focus is on, we said, kind and understanding. Like, they don't have to be those. Those are just examples. If that's who you want to be today, is kind and understanding. Okay, great. How could I do this task while being kind and understanding? What would that look like? What would be different? How would I approach it differently? How would I look at things differently if I'm being kind and understanding while I do? What do I want to create today? We are natural creators made in the image of our creator. Shifting your focus to creation can lead to innovation and problem solving, new solutions, joy and fulfillment, contribution, a better world. So instead of thinking, I have to finish this project, consider, what can I create today that excites me? This approach brings passion and purpose into your work. If it's something you are already going to do, maybe it's something you've committed to do, and you want to be a person who follows through on their commitments, how can you bring creation into it? How can you bring new experience into it? That's the next one, but it's just thinking through a new lens. It's like putting on a pair of glasses and look at it in a different way. The same things. Okay, what do I want to experience today? Life is about experience, not just tasks. Focusing on experience helps us live in the moment, connect with others, cultivate gratitude and appreciation, enhance our overall well-being, and live our best lives. Instead of saying, I need to get through my errands, you could think, what experiences can I savor today? And you can do that while you run errands, but you will have a totally different experience running errands if you are thinking about what experiences you can savor while doing so. This mindset can transform mundane tasks into opportunities for joy. We are creating more joy because we are creators. We are bringing into our experience the things that we want to experience just by asking ourselves these questions. It is so simple to completely change how we experience life simply by asking yourself a couple questions, thinking about the answer, and putting your mind on that focus all day, even while you're doing things, instead of just focusing on the doing, which is what most of us do by default. Focusing on doing often shackles us with words like have to, need to, supposed to, and should. I don't use any of these. I try not to use any of these ever. If I notice my brain saying them, I stop immediately and change it because these phrases imply obligation and a lack of choice. And you always have choice, but they keep you stuck in a cycle of duty rather than desire. So when we move beyond have to and should, and I mean, I'm including all of them, need to, supposed to, whatever it sounds like in your brain, you're recognizing your autonomy. You're remembering that you have the power to choose your actions. You are reframing obligations. Instead of saying, I have to do it, try, I choose to do it. I want to do this. We have a whole entire episode on these exact words earlier. So just go back and look for it if this is something you struggle with and you haven't heard that one. It helps you to prioritize what matters. We focus on activities that align with your values and passions so that you are living the life you want, not the life you think that, like the cards that you've been dealt. We're going to live the life you actually want to live, to experience, because that's what you're here to do. So here are some steps to shift your focus. Step number 1, set intentions. Begin each day by setting intentions around who you want to be, what you want to create, and what you want to experience. And again, go get my mindful morning journal. It will help you so much with this. Starting your day with intention is so key to living the life that you want to live. Step number 2, reflect on your values. Identify what matters most to you and align your actions with these values. Step number 3, practice mindfulness. Stay present in each moment, embracing your experiences fully. We are here to experience, and yet a lot of us are missing the experience because our mind is focused on worry about the future, regret about the past, all the things that we have to do later. Our minds aren't even there. We're missing the experience, which is what we are here to do, is experience. Number 4, engage in creation activities. Dedicate time each day to create something meaningful. And creations, you'll notice every time I say creation, I don't ever say creative. A lot of us have a lot of limiting beliefs about how creative we are. And when we think of creative, we think of like art. And a lot of us don't think that we fit that. We're not artistic, we're not creative, we're not whatever. But you are a creator. You were born to create. And if you dedicate time each day to creating, you will feel so much more joy and fulfillment and life satisfaction. Even with what you are creating, what you're creating can be a clean drawer, right? It doesn't have to be a big piece of art. It doesn't have to be what we would consider creative. You can create anything. You can create a positive interaction with someone you love. You can create a moment of peace. These are all creations. They're things you create, and you're creating all the time, whether you're doing it intentionally or not. We create our realities. You are constantly creating because you are a creator. But doing it intentionally is different than doing it on default from your primitive brain, who just really only cares about your survival. And step number 5, seek joy in the ordinary. Find beauty and joy in everyday experiences. Savor the experiences. Really experience your life. Here are some questions to consider. How often do you focus on tasks rather than on who you want to be? What creation outlets bring you joy and fulfillment? What experiences do you want to prioritize in your life? How would your life change if you shifted your focus from doing to being? And what small changes can you make today to start living more intentionally? Life is more than a series of tasks and to-do lists. By shifting our focus from doing to being, creating, and experiencing, we open ourselves to a richer, more fulfilling existence. Embrace the freedom to choose who you want to be, what you want to create, and the experiences you want to have and to savor. Remember, you are a creator. a being and a participant in the beautiful journey of life. Live free, love life. Thank you for watching this episode of Live Free, Love Life. Please subscribe to my channel and don't forget to like, comment, and share. See you next time.